without you, how can we see through the dreams that you were put on this world to give out? Hey, loves, it's Kristen.
Great day, it's Lieta.
And we're Sisters in Business. We started this journey just a couple years ago, and we're super excited about what we've been able to grow into, and we want to have more conversations with you to support our boss women to grow even more bossier and grow even more businesses. So in today's conversation, we're going to talk about the times that we're in and how we have been able to, in a sense, continue to grow our businesses, but also grow personally so that we can continue to be a better impact into the world. Guess what? Subscribe, like, share this video, and also leave a comment so that we can hear from you, so that we can know, what is on your heart during these times, and how, if you have anything that you want to add to our list, definitely do. So, tune in.
And today we just want to talk about, there's so much going on in the world, and just being able to keep your chakras aligned, keep your mental health, keeping you good during this time. There's so much, but the most important thing is keeping you in your mental space good.
Right. So I have been, studying law as well as natural law. This has been going on for the last couple years, and one of the main things I like to take into each and every day is the law of self-preservation. So as Lieta kind of stated, you want to make sure that you are good, because without you, how can we see through the dreams that you were put on this world to give out, right? So we need you to take care of you first, so that we can continue to be lights throughout the rest of the world.
Yeah, so today we're going to give you 5 steps on how to keep your mental health good during this time. And so let's start with the first step.
So the first step is, for me, is spirituality. That to me helps me to create a space of pleasantry. And I guess to give you a touch point, if you can, definitely get into understanding what chakras are, because your chakras are what gives you a roadmap to your spirituality, so that you know how to move in each and every day. Just a quick overview. Definitely, I'm not an expert, so do your own diligent research. I've been using the idea of meditation and chakras for the last couple years, but I haven't studied it as a student. This is just for personal use. So basically, you have your root chakra, your sacral chakra, then you have your solar plexus, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your third eye, and then your crown chakra. All of these represents different areas of your life and different areas of your body for wellness. So if you can imagine, you have your lower chakras, which is the root and your sacral. Then you have your solar plexus, which is that kind of like a gateway to your higher chakras, which is your heart, your throat, your third eye, and your crown. So if you can imagine, your chakras take you from your grounded earthly self into your spirituality, and it just passes through different thresholds to be able to amplify your energy. So those are some things that you want to, if you want to, do your research on, so that you know how to take care of those throughout your day as we are dealing with everything. During these times, if you can check in on those to make sure that you are well, you'll know how better to move throughout your day and what to do to kind of nurture those.
So the second tip I'll talk about is one thing I do every single day is clearing. You may have never heard that before, but what I do, I actually have an audio I listen to that was given to me by my coach. But this audio is probably 30-45 minutes long. I may do 15 minutes of it. But what clearing does is helping you to release pent-up energy, release pent-up anger, things that may have happened in your childhood, things that may have happened present, but you can go through them, feel those emotions, and release it. So clearing allows you to release emotions that you may not have realized you had going on, and constantly do it. Eventually, for me, so one of the things I cleared on was my marriage, and the things I felt during that time. So clearing, eventually, when I see this person, I don't have anger or any hatred towards, because that doesn't help anyone. That doesn't help anyone if I'm constantly angry about something that happened in the past. So eventually we have to accept what happened, move on, forgive yourself, forgive the person, and move on. So that's one great thing you can look into, is how to clear every single day, just feeling those emotions, feeling how you felt during that time, release those emotions, and eventually whatever may have happened to you, eventually at some point it'll be you won't feel it anymore. That sting of how I used to feel will slowly release from your body, and allow you to have more peace, which is the ultimate goal of it, just to have more inner peace. And that's what I do. I try to do it first thing in the morning about 15 minutes. If it's something that's really, really heavy, I'll do it a little longer. And I'm usually sometimes even do it before bed, because I know a lot of times when I wake up, a lot of junk is still in my head of maybe the day before. So doing it right before bed, early morning is also a great thing.
Yeah, so and then to add on to those pieces so that you can have these takeaways so that you can start implementing it, is to add that level of going deeper with meditations, because Leah kind of hit on an important part of those. What time of day is important for you to meditate, which you should definitely figure out a way where you can meditate throughout the entire day. But the main points of meditation is right when you wake up, typically when you're showering or bathing, because whatever the water does, it puts you in a frequency that makes you susceptible to ideas, to creativity. And if you listen to those ideas, you may be able to, one, have a better day because you're conscious of things that are coming your way that you're supposed to take in, and other things that you're supposed to release. And then right before bed, so one thing that has truly helped me, and I'm starting like really to see it coming into fruition, is when I'm meditating overnight. So we study, and I'll drop a few names as well as a few pages that you can follow below, but doctors who are deep into that idea of going back to your childhood. They go back into, like, let's go to specific points that might have hurt you as a child, that might have something that you've been dragging on for years that you didn't even know was hurting you. We're still acting those things out.
A trauma may have happened as a child or in your adult, whenever it happened. But when something happens again in your adulthood, you resort back to that childhood and you respond that way.
Yeah.
So not healing that, you constantly still responding as that 5-year-old, that 10-year, however old you were at the time, you constantly still responding until you go back and look at it and heal and can move forward, basically.
Yeah. And then the next level to that is the fact that also reflects into our offspring. So some of the things that our parents went through that they never healed from are in us. So those are things that you want to kind of sit with. Me personally, I listen to audio right before bed that, one, asks me to go back to my childhood, and then other ones that I also listen to, it'll tell me, go back throughout your day. What were you doing through your day that you may want to make adjustments into, so that tomorrow can be your better day, so you can respond tomorrow better to the situations that might pop up again. And then, so we wanted to hit on a couple points, but with that is the idea of meditation and the importance of meditation, the importance of journaling. If you're not, like, I know I had a best friend who used to do poetry, and that was her way of expressing herself. I tried it, it didn't work for me. So journaling is something that I can do, or, just sitting, listening to music, and just sitting with my thoughts. So it's like other ways of using that idea of clearing to be able to work through the things that we go through, to choose to create better responses so that we become better and better.
But so meditation is also great. I do that on a daily basis. One, especially during this time with the pandemic of like all things that's going on, meditation and boosts up your immune system. So that's one benefit, is that you're keeping, like, that's one thing we want to keep our immune systems up. And actually I saw a funny meme, I guess, saying something along the lines of, like, since everything's opening back up, may the best immune system win. Right. So let your immune system be the best one by boosting up your immune system, by continuing meditating, or adding meditation if you don't currently do it. But meditating is something that definitely is good for your mind and your body, because I often do it. Let's say I'm at work or I'm doing something, I'm just a little off. So I'll stop, meditate, and just reflect in, and then I'll get back to my normal self. Yeah. And actually it leads into like another tip, another step, I guess maybe, I think we're on step 3, which is, you mentioned journaling, but another great thing is called, something I also do, I should need to get back into it more, it's called morning pages. So a lot of times when you wake up in the morning, if something happened the night before, or whatever the case is, or just like residuals, it's great to just write out for like 3 pages without thinking, just write, don't stop, whatever comes to your mind, if you're angry, you're upset, whatever comes to your mind, just write it out. And that's also releasing some things. So that's another good thing you can look into. It's called morning pages, where you simply just write out all your thoughts, whatever comes to your head, just write out for 3 minutes, or write out 3 pages rather, and get out all the stuff that, like, your frustrations or your happiness. It could be whatever's on your mind, just write it out and get it out. That's another step of something you can do. It's just clearing your head of all the things that's going on. And so, again, that's morning pages. So, number 5 is business ownership, or finding businesses that you have a heart to support. So, in this time, we're starting to see that even
if you go back to the quarantine, a lot of small businesses were, in a sense, hurting because we found it so easy to support larger businesses. One, because they can give us things at a smaller price. They typically can get it to us quicker, which does not help our communities. So if you want, definitely, I highly recommend starting your own business. One, because if as an employee, there's nothing wrong with being an employee, but you do have to understand that most of the money that you make, a lot of it goes back to the government, which are funding the police officers. They're funding things that have nothing to do with us. So just take that into perspective. However, as a business owner and entrepreneur, you're able to work with your taxes just a little differently, so that that comes back to you, and then you can distribute that money back into your community so that we are building together. So that's what I would recommend is, if you're not looking to start a business, because business ownership is not for everyone. There is intense things that you have to go through as a business owner. So if you want to start a business, start a business. Myself and we're not experts in specific businesses. We are experts in our business, but we can help you with those resources of finding someone who is, or linking you up with someone who might be able to assist you. So definitely look into starting a business. And if that is not the path that you want to take, then find local businesses that you can support. It might cost you a little bit more, but I promise you it's going to feel better on your heart. Sure. I promise you that same money that you're going to put out there will circulate back to you, just because you're putting it in the right areas.
Sure.
So really consider those two. And then the bonus piece that we wanted to kind of give you guys is an action step for you to take time to figure out what works for you in terms of being able to be impactful. At this time, we all have our strengths, and with those strengths, we have to use those in this time to create a better world. We all know that the times that we're in can be extremely better. I'm going to be very general with that statement, but choose to figure out what you can do. If not for the world, for your own household, what you can do to figure out how to protect your household, how to protect your closest loved ones, how to protect you, so that we can all go out here and thrive without having to worry about watching our backs. You have the option to protest if that's what you want to do. You have the option to go out and buy yourself I have a Constitution book that teaches me, that just has the layout of the Constitution, and the articles. I'm drawing a blank, but basically the Constitution, as well as the Declaration of Independence, these core statements of what the United States stand on, so I get how to have conversations with them, as well as learning a bit of legalese so that I can somewhat articulate my stance, because that's important, because just the smallest level of language, and when you're communicating with officers of the law, people who are here to protect the state, you have to know what you're saying, because certain things will end up not working in your favor. I'm more of an expert in that area than Lieta is, so you have questions in that area, I can guide you a little bit more. But what else are some other ways that you can lend an impact, including spending money with local businesses?
So like for me, yes, I did go down to the protest, but I won't per se that I'm like I'll have the action steps on how we fix everything. But I know that everyone has their different roles in this, and my particular one is I know that I help financially. I help people to start their own businesses, so I create an impact, that way of creating more wealth and economics into our community, as well as I know I have a story of teaching people how to heal themselves, self-love, and all that stuff. So now adding that mental health piece to helping other people. So I know we all have our different roles. Figure out what your role is and go after. Figure out how you can help your community, how you can help your family, how you can help yourself, of course, first. And go from there, because we all have our roles, but figure out what your role would be.
Yeah. So I hope that in some way helps you. Again, dig deeper into those levels, those 5 core things that we just gave you, so that we can all just continue to be greater. Greater bosses, greater women, greater just everything. Family, God. You too, guys. Just being greater in life helps to elevate this world, and everyone else will just fall into place, right?
Exactly.
So, much love, much peace. Please stay safe, stay healthy, keep your immune system up, take care of your family, and we look forward to having more conversation with you.
Yes, definitely. Talk to you soon. If anything you heard from us today, you liked it, you loved it, subscribe. Definitely want it. Definitely will hear more from us. comment below, share with your friends who need to hear this, and talk to you soon.